So earlier in the show, we talked about how Fox News turned on Trump over the Rob Reiner thing. Right-wing talk radio listeners turned on Trump over the Rob Reiner thing. It was actually kind of shocking to have as many people turn as did turn. And it's always interesting what breaks through and what doesn't break through. And this is just an example of something that broke through. You know what else actually broke through and really hurt Trump's approval rating? Is demolishing the East Wing of the White House. For whatever reason, that thing mixed with he's trying to build the Epstein Memorial Ballroom, that thing mixed with the economy being shitty and people seeing what he's doing and what he's focused on versus what they're going through, that just for whatever reason made people go, fuck this guy, fuck him. And now this is getting worse. Now the Rob Reiner stuff really fucking landed. It hit hard, man. It hit hard. You know you're in a bad place when a well-known white nationalist comes out and he's like fucking shaking his head and going, you disgust me. Your morality disgusts me, sir. As he's goose-stepping all over the place and Zig Heiling all over the place and telling whoever will listen on a daily basis that he thinks Hitler is cool. But the guy who loves Hitler is going, Trump has gone too low, my ladies and gentlemen. Trump has gone too low. I'm done with this. So here we go. You're going to have a how dare you say, sir segment from Nick Fuentes about Trump. Watch.
Forget for a moment that we are in a war. Someone gets murdered by their son. It's a horrific tragedy. This is a horrible story. And nobody deserves that. I don't care what their politics are, what they said on the internet or on television. Nobody deserves to be murdered, stabbed to death with their wife by their own son, who they tried to help, and their best friend discovers the corpses. It's despicable. And it's despicable to make fun of that. And I do think that, look, somebody like George Bush passes away of old age at the very end, and you talk about his political legacy, that's one thing. Some guy, some producer, some civilian dies at the hands of his kid. It's such a grisly situation. It is objectively awful to make fun of that. Now, if Trump were actually doing what he promised to do, you could overlook the fact that he's a douchebag. You could overlook the fact that he's vain, that he's a narcissist, that he's tactical but not strategic. You could overlook all these things if he was bringing home the goods. That was kind of the deal in 2016. You said, we don't love everything about Trump, but you know what? We're willing to accommodate. It's an acquired taste, but it's okay because he's doing all these other things. Well, what's actually the pitch now? We get nothing. We get no concessions. There are no deportations that we have.
Now, if he was actually doing mass deportations, then it would be fine for him to make fun of a guy who got murdered by his own son after he fucking tried to help him for an extended period of time. Then it's fine. Now, I mean, you're not even doing mass deportation, so don't fucking mock this innocent dead guy. What's wrong with you, bro?
Ended one of the wars. We haven't remade the federal bureaucracy. And then he's a dick on top of it. Then it's all about his vanity and his own self-aggrandizement on top of it. What is the redeeming quality now? It's nothing. It's hollow. It's empty. So that's my take on the Rob Reiner stabbing. No one should be making fun of that. It's not funny. Who could honest to God look at that and laugh?
But this is always who he was. This is the part I don't get, is people are like, oh, turns out he's a piece of shit. Yes, and every single liberal and every single lefty in the country from 2015 and on was pointing at every single asshole thing he did and said, he's a fucking asshole. And the fact of the matter is, you guys liked it. You enjoyed the vice signaling. It was like, that was one of his main appeals, was the vice signaling. You were tired of this PC culture, always tells you what to say, always tells you what to think, tired of being fucking lectured to. You just wanted to let it rip. You just wanted to fucking be honest and tell people your deepest, darkest thoughts and secrets and feelings and not pretend like, you don't have these un-PC thoughts. This was the deal. And then he comes along and he's like, I'm going to fucking say I'm going to be the biggest asshole. And you guys were like, yeah, we love the biggest asshole. But now, the biggest asshole bit is fucking wearing thin. But I honestly, again, I think the reason is very simple for it. I think the reason is, it's one thing if the economy is doing well and people feel like their lives are generally on track. And, you got this guy who's like a mildly entertaining guy who, it has a lot of shock value and the cameras can't stay off him, etc. It's like watching a show. But as soon as now his approval rating is 35%, now unemployment is going up and inflation is going up. Now he won't even acknowledge things are bad to try to fix them. He just pretends like they're good. Well, yeah, in that scenario, then people are like, oh, hold on, I fucking hate Donald Trump. Well, yes, you should have all along. I don't know what to tell you.
Charlie Kirk, on the other hand, this is somebody who was my mortal enemy, who he was actively trying to suppress my career, ruin my life, all these things. He got shot by a political partisan. He wouldn't debate me, but he would debate the type of person that murdered him. Someone like me could have gotten on the show and said, well, I guess you should have debated me. I could have said some smart alecky thing. I wasn't even thinking that way because a young person got shot in public for basically no reason. And that's awful. It's awful that there are two fatherless kids. It's awful that this guy had a daughter who now has to live with this. Her brother is in prison for murdering her parents who are now dead. Her life is shattered and destroyed, and so many people's lives are destroyed. You go on True Social and make a joke about Trump derangement syndrome. It just goes to show there was never anything there. There was never a center. It was always empty. It was always, there was nothing inside there.
What wow. It took you till now to figure that out? That the malignant narcissist and pathological liar is a malignant narcissist and pathological liar? That wasn't obvious to you from fucking year number 1 with him on the political scene?
And there's something tragic about that. Being a part of it for so long, I mean, I jumped off along the way, but you thought at one time that Trump really believed in America, believed in people, or something. I think he believes honestly in nothing.
He believes in himself. He believes in his narcissism, in his God complex, in his self-aggrandizement, and he believes in getting rich. He believes in greed. He believes in making billions and billions of dollars. In fact, I actually wrote the number down somewhere. I don't have it in front of me now, but I think in his second term alone, he made like $1.3 billion in his second term alone. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? And that's like in hard cash. That's not even with including like assets, right? He is looting and pillaging the country.
And now the only thing that's left is whatever people are projecting onto it. Whether that's they still think they're fighting the left or whatever it is, the only thing that's left is what people still believe is there, what people are projecting, and that's coming from themselves. It doesn't exist.
Now, I will say, I cannot get through this segment without pointing this out. It is incredibly ironic and hilarious that this is a guy who said, quote, Hitler was really fucking cool. I admire Hitler. And he's repeatedly doubled down and tripled down and quadrupled down on that. And this guy's like, you're being mean, sir. You're being uncouth. That's unhinged. That's not nice. Making fun of this man who died. You should be making fun of the 6 million people who died. That's what you should. That's what I do. You should make fun of the 6 million that died, not the one today. The 6 million, bro. Like, it's the things that are like that crossover. This is what the conservative mind is just amazing to me. It's just amazing to me. Like, how do you square that in your head? That like you get to talk about Hitler being cool. You get to say you admire Hitler. You get to do Holocaust denial and talk about the 6 million cookies. How many ovens would you need? Yada yada. You get to joke about the deaths of millions of people. And even if I grant them their Holocaust denial shit, they would say it's like hundreds of thousands or whatever. Even if I grant you that, like, okay, so you get to joke about hundreds of thousands of people being murdered, but he makes one joke about one guy who's dead now, and it's like, oh, you've crossed a line. This is a guy who said, and I quote, this is a literal direct quote, I fucking hate the poor. I love the rich. For that person to get pissed off about anybody else being fucking edgy, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I just can't wrap my mind around that. He called for Catholic Taliban rule in America and said women shouldn't have the right to vote. He said, quote, I don't care that much about the genocide. He says he just used the issue of the genocide to like direct hatred towards the Jews, right? For this guy to be like, oh, sir, what are you doing? Have you no decency? Oh, yeah, have you no decency? Fair question, but I would also apply that to you. But I guess when you do it, it's okay. But anyway, when even the Nazis are going, Paul, what's wrong with these people over here? You know they're not doing well. You know they're struggling. All right, guys, that's the show, y'all. I love you. You know the drill. Everybody, please click like, click subscribe, click that bell icon so you get a notification every single time a video drops. Go sign up for Crystal Kyle and Friends. You don't want to miss this week. We have Keith Edwards on. That should be a hell of a lot of fun. I hope all you guys come hang out with us and watch. Also, go subscribe to Corin's World so you can see the live Kyle and Corin episodes every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, thank you to all the Patreon subscribers. You make this show work. You can sign up for that below or tip with that thanks button on YouTube. And that's all I got for you, man. I'll see you guys shortly. Peace. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.